A second bomb threat in less than 2 weeks at Valparaiso High School puts NWI school administrators on edge. Hi, I'm Chris with CPTV News. We're going to tell you about that. Plus, on Friday night, fans of the #1 in the state CP wrestling team lit up the CPHS gym in their second annual border war versus the #6 in the state of Illinois, Mount Carmel Caravan. For the second time in less than 2 weeks, a false threat of violence triggered a response from police and disrupted operations at nearby Valparaiso High School, according to police officials, who went on to say, quote, "The school was placed in a lockout status while members of the Valparaiso Police Department investigated the threat. The investigation determined the threat was not credible and building occupants were not in any danger," end quote. Needless to say, students, parents, teachers, and school administrators are concerned about the safety of schools throughout the region. The first bomb threat led to a lockdown and early release of students, but ultimately also proved to be false.
Around 8:45, we were in second hour, and that's when we got news that we were in the lockout, and nobody was worried about it. My teacher didn't know what was going on. Nobody knew at that point, but at the same time, nobody cared. And then at around 9:15, we got put in the lockdown, which is when people started to worry because we still had no idea what was going on.
No suspects have been identified in either threat. By now, most know the Crown Point Community School Corporation is building a new Robert A. Taft Middle School and relocating it to Winfield, Indiana. Amateur historian and CP resident Thomas Hawes believes this would be a good time to retire the Taft name and honor Crown Point's pioneer female teacher, Harriet Warner Holton, by naming the first CPCSC building after her.
A lot of people think the name Taft is for the president. It's not. It's for the senator for the state of Ohio. I can't see why we're honoring a senator from the state of Ohio when we should be recognizing one of our own, a woman, and also a teacher.
However, after a brief meeting with Hawes, CPCSC Superintendent Todd Terrell said since the school is being rebuilt and relocating, it will keep its original name, but said he would consider Holton's name if the corporation builds another new school in the future. Indiana Senate Republicans said their caucus will largely prioritize healthcare and fiscal responsibility in the 2023 session. The supermajority's proposal includes tax cuts, mental health care funding, a statewide overhaul of local health departments, and a policy to increase Hoosier data privacy. The GOP caucus did not include any education-related proposals in their agenda.
Those parents pay property taxes that go to a school they don't attend. They pay income taxes. They pay sales taxes that go to a school system that they don't use. It seems as though it should be more level.
The White House has confirmed additional classified government documents were found at President Joe Biden's Delaware home this week. Documents with classified content were found in President Biden's personal library and garage just days after an initial batch was first discovered in his former office. Biden's lawyers informed the Justice Department of the documents and say they were inadvertently left behind. Biden has acknowledged the documents found in his home and claims to be cooperating with the Justice Department.
They realized there were several classified documents in that box, and they did what they should have done. They immediately called the archives, turned them over to the archives, and I was briefed about this discovery and surprised to learn that there were any government records that were taken there.
Hi, I'm Madeline with CPTV News. NOAA has ranked 2022 the 5th hottest year on record, with a global average temperature of 58.55 degrees. Most scientists attribute this rising of temperature to the burning of fossil fuels. However, a United Nations report claims Earth's ozone layer is slowly healing at a pace that would fully mend the hole over Antarctica in about 43 years. This progress is occurring more than 35 years after every nation agreed to stop producing chemicals that damage the ozone layer, which shields the planet from harmful radiation. The Golden Globes happened, and we wouldn't blame you if you missed it. The award show's viewership was staggeringly low, having only 6.3 million people tuned in, 26% less than the previous show. With many celebrities boycotting the event, combined with the show's absence last year, it's easy to understand the lower ratings. Some of the big wins belong to The Fabelmans winning Best Motion Picture Drama, and both Ke Huy Quan and Michelle Yeoh winning awards for their roles in Everything Everywhere All at Once. CPHS will begin course scheduling for the 2023-24 school year, starting with current juniors on February 6th, sophomores on February 13th, and freshmen on February 20th. Students always look for new course offerings, and this year includes courses such as Principles of Healthcare, finance and investment, digital marketing, and mass media production. You can get a head start in looking at available courses by clicking the scheduling tab on the guidance page of the CPHS website. In sports, the CPHS girls swim team defeated the LaPorte Slicers at home on Tuesday, 125-60. Bella Tufts won the 500 free, Morgan Cicero won the 100 fly, and Maggie Morse won the 200 breast. Cicero, Morse, Stymack, and Tufts won the 200 medley relay. The meet served as the final tune-up before the team travels to Valparaiso for the DAC championship.
I'm very excited about DAC. This is the first time we have a chance to beat Chesterton, and they haven't lost in like 23 years, I think. So we have a good chance of beating some records this weekend.
The Crown Point Bulldogs wrestling team faced Mount Carmel in front of over 1,500 fans Friday night in a match that came down to the wire. Mount Carmel had the edge against the Bulldogs most of the night, taking a 29-21 lead going into the final heavyweight matches. CP's Orlando Cruz faced Will Jacobson at 195 pounds and came out with a win, marking the start of the comeback for the Dogs. The Dogs took the lead when Will Clark made quick work of Carmel's Nick Najokis by slamming him to the mat and causing the crowd to erupt over the win at 220. Will Clark's brother Paul Clark slammed the door shut in the heavyweight match, pinning Landon Carter within seconds of their start. Crown Point won the duel 36-29 after the teams traded the lead for most of the night.
We had a tough time in the lower half, but top half of our lineup's pretty heavy, so we had some heavy hitters go out there, me and my brother, showing them what's up.
The Lady Bulldogs took on the Pirates at Maryville on Saturday in a late-season DAC showdown. The Dogs started slow against the Pirates and ended the first quarter with a 9-5 lead. Early in the game, star junior Ava Zolkowski had to leave the floor after hitting her head on the court. After a brief spell on the bench, Zolkowski returned and the offense propelled to a 25-10 lead at half. It was all Dogs in the second half who went on to win 56-34. Zolkowski finished with a game-high 22 points and 8 rebounds. Seniors Allie Rawls and Emily Phillips both added 9 points each. Dogs are currently 14-7 on the season.
Our goal all along was to be playing our best basketball coming into the season, and I think we're definitely peaking at the right time and very excited to get to the postseason.
Also on Saturday night, the 7-6 CPHS boys basketball team took on the 5-8 Griffith Panthers in the CPHS gymnasium. The game started with CP holding the Panthers to only 4 points in the first quarter. The Dogs then cruised thanks to efficient scoring by junior Jack Svedich, who had 22 points including 4 threes, and senior AJ Lux, who dropped 16 points and 6 assists to help CP put together a nice 3-game win streak. Dogs win it 57-33. CP will head into heavy conference action starting at Chesterton tonight at 7 p.m.
We're excited to get this win tonight, 3 in a row. Especially with 2 of them being on a road is huge for us. Hopefully now we can continue this on and keep doing what we've been doing and taking care of the ball, taking good shots, getting consecutive stops, and rebounding the ball. It's the key to winning on the road, and we're going to have to be able to do that at Chesterton on Friday.
Before we go, a quick look at our CP NWI weather forecast. A chance of snow flurries today with a high of 33. We'll see a little sun tomorrow with another high of 33, and on Sunday, more snow likely with a high of 35.
Remember, for the latest in CP and NWI news, check in regularly with CPTV News or thedogradio.com at the bottom of every hour. Follow us on Snapchat at CPTV_QuickCUT to catch a replay of this episode or any episodes you may have missed. See you next time.